Thank you for this opportunity, and it's really, I was hearing a little bit of the earlier speaker and getting a flavor of what you all have been discussing a few minutes ago. Uh, the way I see, every time I connect with anyone, even if I get to spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that few minutes should be of profound impact. Should be few moments which you will remember for a lifetime, which will profoundly transform the way you think, the way you act, the way you live your life. And that's what I learned in the monastery for years. So I used to be a monk for 19 years from age 12. I never went to school or college after that. Much of my life has been about inner growth, about mental well-being. When I was 12, I didn't know what to do when I had anger. I didn't know what to do when I had fear, what to do when I had all kinds of struggle. My school was not helping me with that. My home infrastructure was not so much capacitated to help me with that. And that's when I came to know about the monastery. I went there, and from then on, went to every other part of the world, talking to various people, helping people. And it is absolutely unbelievable to see how one we all are and how we all feel the same. We're all looking for the same. We're all needing the same. There is nothing like a Spanish jealousy or a Brazilian anger or an Australian fear. We all feel the same. We all, deep down, our culture might be different, our eating habits might be different, our overall day-to-day orientations might be different, but we all feel the same. So after 19 years being in the monastery, I said, I'm going to come out and make this go way more bigger using the best of technology and the best of internet, and that's how AHA took birth. So we are all about making mental well-being easy, simple. Our entire focus is around habits. So we create a lot of content to dissolve a habit you struggle with or grow a habit you cherish. And there is a lot of theme-based journeys that people go through. Music is one element, but there is a lot of guided processes, interventions, and that is all you can experience us on our own platform. We're also live on various other global platforms. So Sony distributes our content. So take it Spotify, iTunes, Ghana, Savan, Hangama, name a platform, you just go and search AHA, you will find a ton of content there. But more about much, I would say, in the next few minutes, as I was given to understand from Anshav here. What I would love to do is really go more into life, go more into, as the subject is about mindfulness, about mental well-being, of it being more a personal experience rather than talking about what I do and what all could be done. So if it's fine with all of us, for the next minute or so, it'll be great. You can do it eyes closed or you can do it eyes open. If you can just recognize this present moment. The reason I'm doing this is that's when I'll be able to kind of convey why am I doing this and correlate it to my further talk. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, seated in front of the computer screen or projector, or you're relaxed in your own home or offices, just look around for a second. Just look around the lighting, the table, the chairs, just this present moment, wherever you are seated, and just feel every little sense that you can possibly feel. The sense of sound, my voice, the sound of the fan, the sound of the air conditioner, every bit that is happening right now, the touch of the chair, the touch of the table on which you're on, the laptop, whatever is happening right now. I'm not going to speak for the next 30 seconds. Just experience this and just recognize whatever is happening. As you recognize this, thank you. Thank you for that practice.
Ashwin, your video has got just freezed.
Oh, okay. I'll reboot it.
Your voice is clear, but video is freeze. Now it's
Back. Yeah. So whatever was happening for the last 30 seconds, that is what I call as the what is, whatever is going on at this point of time. There is no problem with the what is wherever you are at this point of time. It's a beautiful experience. The conflict arises when this what is compared to what we call as what should be. What should be, I wish I had this in front of me. I wish I had a cup of coffee. I wish the air conditioner is a little cooler. I wish my sister was a little more sweeter to me. I wish I was in a different country. I wish I was in a different job. I wish I could have been a way more popular, known person as how much I am already. What should be's are a ton in our mind. What should be as a father? What should be as a mother? What should be as a brother, as a sister, as an individual? And this conflict between the what is whatever is going on, and what should be going on is the base of our state of mind. There are only two possibilities our state of mind can be in. One is conflict, one is clarity. Clarity is when you're not struggling with the what is. Conflict is when you're struggling with the what is because the what is not matching the what should be. The job that you're looking for, the promotion that you're looking for, the upliftment that you're looking for, the love that you're looking for in your family, from your husband, from your wife, from your children. That expected reality, since that expected reality doesn't match the ground reality, there is conflict. Now, it depends on what level this conflict is ruling our lives. There are what should be's that are not so significant, so we don't get so bothered by it. But there are what should be's that matters everything to us. And that's what leaves a profound impact, and what determines how happy you are or unhappy you are, how settled you are or unsettled you are, how fulfilled you are or unfulfilled you are. It all depends on how much these what should be's influence us, rule over us, and literally drive us through our thinking, our actions, and literally how we shape our destiny. So here I am. My only contribution that I would like to give in the next 10 to 15 minutes, an insight that perhaps can be of some value to you in the coming days, is when you can bring attention to any of these conflicts, any of these struggles. It could be something related to your business. It could be something related to your family relationship. It could be something related to your health. If, as I'm talking to you right now, if you're easily able to spot it in your mind, fantastic. Or even if you're not able to spot it so specifically in your mind, at least if you can understand and murmur it and really kind of assimilate it, it'll be very easy for you to see what is happening. And this one key insight has helped me profoundly, day to day, moment to moment, no matter whatever challenge comes in my life, and something that I always share as an opening note in all my presentations, whether it is in the most remote part of the world or whether it's the topmost stages, because I see everywhere human beings are the same. So whenever there is a challenge, whenever you feel a struggle, there are two aspects to that struggle, which many don't even have the know-how, for the simple reason that they've never given access to something like this. Whenever there is a challenge in life, there is what is called as problem, and then there is what is called as suffering. For most of us, they all look the same. I had a huge business loss and I am in misery. I'm having the most troubled relationship with my spouse and I'm in misery. I just got detected with cancer, I'm in misery. I'm not so fully able, I'm in misery. But if we clearly look within and bring attention to our own thinking process, there are clearly two aspects to it. And as I just said, there is problem and then there is suffering. Problem is purely got to do with the external circumstances, situations, which needs its own logical solution, which needs its own well-analyzed step of actions, which will bring about a transformation in the physical situation, which will no longer keep you or your life in the same position anymore. Suffering is purely internal. It's purely psychological. I have a health issue and I am in the hospital, and the pain of that health issue is very troublesome. I have pain in my body. I'm taking a ton of medicine. I'm doing all kinds of activities in the hospital, which is highly inconvenient. I'm just coming up with an example just to give you an understanding. How to literally come out of that so that I could soon go home or close this whole hospital chapter, that has its own nuances, that has its own steps to take. Now, that is fine. But quite often people don't know what bothers them the most. They think this is all what is bothering me the most. But silently, the mind is there struggling with all this, struggling with the tubes that are into my body, struggling with the doctor reports, struggling with the x-rays, with the bills and all that. And then there is another part of to this whole misery, which is purely psychological. I did so much for that friend. He didn't even come once to visit me in my hospital. Why am I the most unfortunate person on this planet? Why no one loves me? Why all bad things happen to me? Why am I the person that should go through all these kind of deepest challenges? This entire psychological journey, this entire process of its own, which keeps asking, why me, why me, why me, why me, has nothing to do with the physical experience. It's nothing to do with the hospital bill, nothing to do with the x-ray, nothing to do with the scan, nothing to do with the surgery, nothing to do with the cancer. It's purely an interpretation in my own mind, which has no end of its own until I look into it and see how much of it is fabricated, how much of it is not even true at the first place. And this element of suffering is what bugs, bothers, literally populates us way more than the physical challenge, literally in every circumstance of our life. I don't deny the intensity of the physical challenge. I don't deny the intensity of the hardships that you might be experiencing, whether it's health or business or whatever it could be. But this entire unnecessary chunk, which is not even true at the first place, bears a lot on our mental health, bears a lot on our overall well-being. And to me, when we talk about mindfulness, when we talk about bringing attention, if we start seeing these stories, the reason we call our company AHA, AHA is like an aha moment, as you all might know. An aha moment is, oh my God, this is not even true. Oh my God, who said so? It was not even true. So I often give this example of you're in a dark room and you don't know where you're walking, you're taking 1, 2, 3 steps, and suddenly you are stepping and you step on something very slimy, something very kind of long, and you're scared what it could be. You're scared, if I lift my foot, what is that going to do to me? And for years and years and years, we are looking for every kind of justification, but for the one simple thing, we never put on the lights. Imagine, it's just a wild imagination. But one day you put on the lights and you realize, oh my God, this is only a snake. This is only a rope. It was not even a snake. So for the longest time in the darkness, I was imagining the snake is going to bite me if I lift my legs. And we lived and lived and lived and lived in the assumption. And when we put on the lights, aha, it is only a rope. Life is not, after all, so horrible as I thought it to be. To a large extent, in our unawareness, in our lack of mindfulness, the mind has a tendency to exaggerate, blow out of proportion, and literally make a physical challenge 10 times, 100 times way more intense than how much it is supposed to be, all for one simple need, and that need is to be loved. We all want to feel loved. We all want to be validated. We all want to be attended to. We all want to keep seeing how much the other loves me. Who the other is, we don't know. It could be our own family members. For a certain amount of time, it was the people we know and connect and physically meet. But soon that need for love started becoming virtual. That need for validation today gets way more easy in terms of accomplishment. We are just happy to see that this one post of mine got so many likes. This one post of mine got shared so many times. So that need for validation, that need for acknowledgement is today becoming way more easier. And what I was not able to get, I can't just go and ask someone love me, but it's much easier. I just put a post and I get likes. So people are liking me, people are loving me, not knowing who those 15 people are, not knowing who those 15 people are, 20 people are, not knowing even they even waited for a moment to see what that post is. But we can at least live in this imagination that we're being loved. All of this is unnecessary. All of this bears a profound impact on our overall mental well-being. And the idea here is to really see that second element, which is suffering, how much of it is really true. And as you start seeing, you will see most of it is untrue. And that is what is not stopping, it's not allowing us to take the right decisions in life. Whether you are an executive in a business environment, whether you are a mother or a father, if these stories grip us, they make us take decisions that lack intelligence. They tell us what to do, then we realize what the situation demands. So more and more you start seeing this second element, which is suffering, and you're able to see how much of it is nothing but story. You soon start getting the art of it, the knack of it, to an extent that even before the story begins to take grip, you will say, aha, you can't do this again to me. You can't put me in this misery again. You can't take me for a ride. And soon your efficiency, your attention to the external, the way you're able to truly run your life becomes many, many times more effective. You don't live in a dream world, but rather you are truly living in the present. You're attending to whatever is going on. And that is the passion we all carry at AHA, to truly help people to come out of this element called suffering. And entire psychological suffering is all about love, to know how much you're loved. But when you start looking into this, and when all the suffering starts dissolving in your mind, you reach a place where you don't any longer seek to be loved, but rather you feel such clarity, you feel such peace, you feel such focus in you that you want to give out that love to people. You want to go and share with people how wonderful it is to experience this place of mindfulness in you. You don't have to go to a cave to do this. You don't have to become a monk like me for 19 years to do this. You can do this on the go. You can do this very easily. Wherever you are, you're just about to take an Ola. You're just about to go to a business meeting. You are sitting in a Starbucks. You can see moment to moment to moment. I was having this couple of days ago, this very interesting experience. Before I came to New York, I was in India. And I had a young kid right next to me in the car. And someone else was driving. And the driver was very frustrated whenever someone is driving slow in front of them. And there is this typical run. We have to go. No, don't come in my way, honk. Don't come in my way, honk. Don't come in my way, honk. And then this driver keeps honking. And then suddenly a road roller goes in front of him. And he doesn't honk. So I asked him, why didn't you honk? Aren't you on a hurry? So who honks a road roller? Nothing is going to happen. He's not going to change the lane. I can't even, so the mind had clearly declared, I can't intimidate this road roller guy in the same way. And the next moment he starts honking at a bike. So I asked him, are you truly in a hurry? Are these people really an impediment for your fast movement to your destination? It was a question that he never asked before. And he said, you're so right. Where am I rushing? I know I have to be at a certain time. I know I have to reach for a certain meeting or whatever it could be. But many times our experience of time, you are still going to do that same 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 1 hour ride to your office or to your school, to anywhere for that matter. But the quality of your experience of the drive, a lot of it is not even the physical problem of traffic. It's not the physical problem of congestion, whether you're in Delhi, Bombay, Hyderabad, Bangalore, anywhere. It's the internal suffering, the stories. We don't want to be in a rush. We don't want to, and much of it is there's no one there who's not going to listen to you. How dare you come in my way? How dare you go slow in front of me? How dare you don't give me the way when I honk at you? So most of the time, it is the need for validation. When I honk, do you respond? When I ask for way, do you respond? So if you can typically see that need to be loved is the same when you're driving on the road, when you're entering a meeting room, when you come home and you want your boy, your child to come and hug you, and you come home and you see your child on the tablet playing Angry Birds or Minecraft, and you're like, what is this? I thought at least my son or my daughter would love me. But when I come inside, he or she is busy on their tablet. They are just basically, involved, so immersed in their gaming experience, they don't even realize their father has come home or their mother has come home. So that need for love can be totally replaced, transformed into one of clarity, if you start seeing how much of it is only stories. So as I try to sum it up, because I don't think so you need a lot more to even get this essence in the short duration of time we get to interact, but you will be able to remember it and in fact easily implement it in the coming days. A lot of activity that goes on in our mind are all stories. And as we begin to see these stories, the good thing is you don't have to do much. The moment you spot the story, it's gone. It doesn't make use of you anymore. And as you start getting these art of literally not allowing these stories to make use of you, the way you're able to run your life, the way you're able to shape your life for greatness is absolutely unbelievable. You suddenly see a huge surge in your energy level. You see your attention levels have gone up. You're feeling way more hopeful about things. Your efficiency, your implementation of various activities throughout the day, your organizational capacity, everything undergoes a categorical change just because of these unneeded stories that were ruling in our mind. Problem, suffering. Problem is the external situation. Suffering is the psychological struggle, stories that are all about the need to be loved. And most of these stories are not even true. So think about it. And next time when you come across a situation, try to remember what is actually happening and what your mind is telling you. And you will start seeing they're two different things. What is actually happening is one thing. What your mind is telling you is entirely different. And soon you will start saying so much that was unneeded. And it'll bring you a lot more peace. It'll bring you a lot more calm. I enjoy it every day to see every bit. There are a lot of physical challenges that all of us absolutely do experience, but it's such relief to see the way our mind portrays it, how much of it is not even true. And things are actually way more simpler, easier, more pleasant, more positive, more optimistic, more enthusiastic than how much these stories can take us for a ride. And that power you get, that you're no longer in that addiction to go into conflict. You're able to get clarity now and here. So that's what we really bring out as an essence. So we have a whole catalog of content that we bring out, which is very, very contextual. So our passion is not about just bringing out content. Our passion is all about context. The reason we're very passionate about context is we don't want anyone to come and tell the typical myth we have about all this kind of work. 3 different myths that we have is, I don't have time, number 1. Number 2, I am not in that kind of an environment. Number 3, all this goes over my head because I'm not inclined. AHA is all about, you don't need time, you can do it in seconds. You can easily understand it, and you can do it wherever you are. And you can do it wherever you are, and the context of the content is any kind of challenge you might experience. Challenge you might experience with your housemate. Challenge you might experience with the guy who cleans your car every day. The challenge you might experience with a shopkeeper. The challenge you might experience with your own mind. The smallest little experience to the biggest aspect of your life that you're trying to redefine, AHA basically aims to help you there and experience a difference. And you're most welcome to listen to our content, as I said, on any of the digital platforms that you wish to. If you have any of these apps like Ghana or Savan, you can straight away, or you can go to aha.com and experience more. So as I summarize it, and as I just give a closing note, all that I would like to say is, this life is incredibly precious. We all can see, we all can taste, we all can smell, we all can touch. And just think of your body. We all have been gifted with this incredible organism, our digestion, our respiration, our nervous system. And it never made sense to me that all this was given to us to be in misery. All this was given to us so that we could say, oh, my best friend didn't call me for 3 days. There is much, much, much more to life. And we can absolutely live an extraordinary life just if we can bring attention to all these mind stories and live it out. Don't say I'll live it out when I've left my job. Don't say I live it out after 10 years when my kids are settled. Such time would never come. Postponement is basically denial of freedom forever. Right now, wherever you are, right now, your moment of freedom is Bringle Academy. I'm just kidding. Like, you, right where you are, and all of us together. and this amazing gathering that you've put together, Anshu. And I'm sure a lot more is going to come in the coming days. And I wish you all the best of luck in life. You all will have a great life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ashwin, for this mindful talk. And really, it was, bringing us, I think, just before your session, I think you were there partly into it. Shilpa was also talking about the present moment. And I think it actually coincided very well with that. And bringing in, I mean, of course, it was starting from the yoga side of it. Maybe you generally people talk about yoga and physical health, but then I think it's all about the entire mental, spiritual, and physical health all about. And I think adding that, that's really an aha moment which you have kind of trying to give us. I mean, we'll all try to experience that. I would still want to know a little bit more about AHA, but of course not this time. We will have offline conversation on that and see how we can have more of these AHA moments for people through, again, Bringle Academy.
Absolutely. Looking forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ashwin, for joining, and look forward for the next Bringle blended meetups as well.
Same here. Thanks for inviting me, Anshu. It's great to be here. I'll definitely look forward to many. Unfortunately, I have another to kind of step out of the house, but I'll join back next time.
Sure, definitely.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Next time.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.